Here we go. 3, 2, 1, boom. What's up, everybody? It's your coach. Welcome to the number one positivity podcast on the internet right now, the Coach HP Show. And today is Tuesday, Tuesday, May 7th. Tuesday, May 7th. We are live here from Miami, Florida. So pumped to be back. Proud to talk about a couple things here that I had in store for you guys today. The number one thing that I wanted to talk about today, and I'm going to make it the title of this show, is my love for the USA. This place, as an immigrant, is amazing. The opportunities, the relationships, the freedom is insane. For us that came from a communist, socialist country, this is the best thing ever. One of the reasons why I'm bringing this up is as I'm watching these protests that are happening, there is no way that you can tell me that these protests aren't orchestrated by something bigger. The way that it's happening, the people involved that are leading them, and what sucks about it is they are manipulating book smart kids, but they're doing it at the top. For some reason, they're able to do this at the top college of this country. Those are the two worst things that could happen to this country. Manipulation of students, especially smart students, and then with an agenda. And it seems like all these protests, half of these kids that are protesting have no clue what they're protesting about. But every single one of the protests that is happening now is led by far left multi-millionaire or billionaire that's orchestrating these things. And if at least they were to make them peaceful, that'd be pretty cool. But they're not doing it that way. They're doing a shout out to the two people following me. Shout out to, I think it's Cords. It says, "Hey, coach, can you hear me? Or do I have to write a thing? Let me know. Write down Cords if you can hear me, bro." Giving you a shout out there, sending me a message. Let me know if you can hear me and ask a question if you got it. Let me put a post here to ask a question. Oh, boom. I can hear you good. Dude, ask me a question. Come on. Where are you located, Cordis? I got to give love to a live listener. Where are you located, man? Talk to me. So that is, to me, very important that parents, this is what sucks about parents. Parents, you got to talk to your kids, man. You got to educate them. Like, look, this is the Midwest USA. Big shout out to the Midwest USA, man. Any questions? Cordis, hit me with a question there, man. Illinois, hit me with a question, dude. It could be sports, could be life, could be relationship building. Hit me with a question. I'm going to answer it. Gotta love the USA. Gotta work together. We gotta find a way to parents talk to your kids so they don't get involved with this kind of manipulating, because it sucks. One of the things I did want to, I'm new, but I will have a question. Thank you, dude. Hit me with a question there, Cordis. With this, Tucker Carlson just had a tremendous interview with a Cuban dude named Felix Rodriguez. Felix is ex-CIA guy, he's the guy that in the picture, the last picture with the Che Guevara, he's right next to him. And he had a tremendous interview with Tucker. He admits that he thinks that the Cuban government were involved in the killing of Kennedy. He thinks there was a second shooter that happened to be a Cuban dude that was there. No coincidence that the man who shot Kennedy, Oswald, was that day earlier at the Cuban embassy. So many things there that tie to the history of this country. And they asked him, they go, "What do you think the future of the United States looks like?" And he goes, "Man, I'm worried. I'm worried because I would have never thought that the United States would be in a position that they're in now, but we have the softest border patrolling ever, the softest rules. Anybody's coming in here, and it looks like we're just not doing anything. That's why this election coming up is probably, they say this every year, this is the biggest one of our time, folks. You got to stand up for the country. we have to protect it. We can't let just people walk in and give them enough tools to take us down. And that's what it looks like it's happening here. So we got to defend this country. That's minimum. So check out, you're a fan of the USA, you got to love this conversation. Check out Felix Rodriguez with Tucker Carlson. Want to talk about that. Wanted to talk about, guys, AI looks like it's coming. AI is taking away so many jobs already that if we don't control ourselves and we don't find a way to live with it, it looks like it's coming in 5, 10 years for sure, but 5 years it's going to be heavily, heavily, heavily involved in our life. So Cortez, come on, man, hit me with a question there, dude. If you're still on, hit me with a question, buddy. Love answering live questions, man. That's the best thing in the world. So how do you beat AI? That's a question that a lot of people are going to answer. How do you beat AI? First, you got to know what you're doing. Second of all, you got to understand that these things are programmed to do stuff that more efficient with less opinions, get stuff done that humans don't. So got to be careful with AI. Gotta figure out what is involved in it and how you can beat it. Want to talk about that? Wanted to talk about, they are problems. I'm new, but I have questions. They are programmed to learn us. Yes, they are. My man, AIs are programmed not only to learn us, but a lot of people think they're going to take us over. They're saying we're going to get killed by the robots, which is just crazy. But we're going that way. It's like we literally know, oh, the robots, good. That's what every movie says. That's what we're going to do. And we're literally going that way, Cortis. So I don't know, man. We're going to have to come up with something here as a defense mechanism to help us out. The Tom Brady roast. The Tom Brady roast was amazing. A lot of people were asking me about that. I thought the Tom Brady roast was amazing. Coincidentally, my boy David Lucas helped out, who I think the top 3 performances for the Brady roast was Nikki Glazer. She crushed it. Tony Hinchcliffe, he crushed it. And Andrew Schultz. Those 3 were the best ones by far. Amazing, amazing work. So big shout out to my boy David Lucas for helping Tony with the writing and stuff. That was insane. That was probably the best roast I've ever seen. It was live, which a lot of people criticized it that it went too long. A lot of people were like, no, it was awesome because that intensity and that thing of like a live show, but that show was amazing. So wanted to give you that. Let's see here what we got here. Robert, what we got, Cortez? Robert Nicholas Williams was an American factory worker who was the first known human to be killed by a robot. There we go. So this was, what did I say, in 1979? That's when I was born, bro. So, all right. That's where this is going. And there's going to be a lot of casualties, but hey, you're going to save money. So what's more important, people's lives or saving money? And the answer is going to be saving money. We learned this with everything that's going on now, that if they can save money and cut corners, we are definitely going to do that. So Cortez, thank you for sharing that. I just, as more and more people talk about AI and I don't know anything about it, I'm like, this is a little crazy, but I'm lucky. I deal with people and I deal with the communication of humans. So for now, there isn't a robot yet that has been invented to communicate with you in an honest way. But they say even that's coming. They say dudes are going to now create robots that not only, so he said, I told my brother I worked with a brother that did the robot. He automatically assumed dancing. Yeah, I'm telling you, this is crazy. This this people are going to program this to be whatever they want. They're going to have a chick robot that's going to follow whatever they want, whatever they're going to do. So the customization of this is just going to be crazy. And what people think it's going to come is there's going to be less and less people wanting to hook up with real people. You're going to hook up with your robot. And eventually that's going to diminish human beings. And then that's it. So I think I'm safe. Maybe my kids might be safe. But after that, you're looking at Total Recall, buddy. Total Recall 2. Total Recall. There's only one Total Recall. Total Recall, the Terminator, all that stuff is what's coming. Break is up. Take care, coach. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Cortez. Thank you for watching, man. Always ask a question, dude. I appreciate. Shout out to Illinois, the great state of Illinois. What else we got? So we talked about the protesters. We talked about the AIs. We talked about the roast, which was awesome. Big shout out to the roast. I try to maybe stay under 15 here if I can. We got to talk parenting. Okay, so just came back from Disney World. Who doesn't love Disney World? My proudest moment of Disney World by far, this is big for me, is I got a 3-year-old son, and I'm big into this parenting thing. Obviously, that's what I do. People reach out to me to help me with their kids, but a lot of times the people who help with their kids, with other people's kids, their kids, it's different. And I pride myself at least to do the best job I can with my own son, like if he was a client of mine. So I'm big on discipline. I'm big on patience. I'm big on reminding him what's important, how to behave in certain things, how to express himself, how to communicate, all these little things that to me are big. And one of the biggest things I've done so far is I've kept the dude away from an iPhone. I've kept the dude away from an iPad. I've kept the dude away from having to be in public and I have to put a phone in his face so he doesn't embarrass me or he makes my life harder, et cetera, et cetera. This took me a lot of work. I started taking him out, me and him one-on-one, probably when he was late 1 years old, almost 2 around there. And man, was this work. I used to come and I took him one time to an Italian restaurant, just me and him, and it was a nightmare. He grabbed everything. He was 1 years old or something like that, almost 2. The water, they had a plan. He wanted to drink out of the water. The guy was unstoppable. But that helped build the foundation of what I have today, which is I have a 3-year-old that sits there. This might make me old school, guys. He sits there, he talks to me, he communicates with me, and one of my most best memories of the trip that I'll cherish forever is we're waiting to get dinner to go at one of the restaurants there at the Animal Kingdom Lodge, and he was sitting there playing with his toys, sitting at a table, and people would come up to me and be like, "Oh, is this your son? Oh, he sits there so good. He doesn't need a phone, does it?" I go, "No." It took me a hard time. Now, this dude can mess this up tomorrow. He can come totally. So with parenting, you can never celebrate anything. So I'm not celebrating that this dude's going to be the best person of all time or anything. But I am celebrating that he can sit by himself and play. And today, that is a big deal. And that's parenting. As I watch more and more parents throw this to their kid, put this in their kid's hand. I see kids who are young who walk out of their house or they're walking and they got to hold this in their hand and it's this and it's this and it's this and it's this, or they're like this walking out like this, like they can't stop with this thing. And for me, there's a famous guy that was just on Rogan right now a couple days ago, probably weeks ago, and he said that he proposes no smartphones in the school, kind of like when you go to comedy shows that you have to put them away. He proposes that. He proposes no social media till you're 16, which is huge. And I like that. I like that because the statistics are out. They're not good. Kids are more and more depressed. Kids are more and more anxious. Kids don't communicate with anybody. So if you don't communicate with your friends, you're not going to communicate with your parents. And I did a post today on my Instagram that I said, I want boys to be around more and more and more their fathers, with their dads, person that's going to love them the most, their dad. I want more and more time with that, less and less time with activities that are really made to be fillers, less and less time of traveling, of going here, going over there, traffic, too many things. Kids are doing too many things. So if you got a son and you're listening to this and he's young, grab him, tell him you love him, and do stuff with him. And do stuff with him. Don't give him to anybody else. Do stuff with him. Play sports with him. Even if you play video games with him, but do stuff with him. And facilitate, because if you're not going to do social media, right, and you're not going to put an iPad or iPhone in their hand, do outside, cool outside stuff if you can, drawing, building, playing, be fun. Got to be fun, got to be animated, can't be bored. Guys, it's your coach. I love you guys. I'm at the 15-minute mark, which is nice and cool. Working on some guests that are coming up soon. I can't thank you guys enough for the support, for the love. I will see you in the next one. Any questions on anything, DM me at Coach HP. And I love you guys. See you on the next one. Peace.